What is up everybody, I'm hoping you're all well. I am back once again, and guess what guys? I went to the cinema. I went to the pictures for the first time since lockdown. I mean, admittedly it was like a week or two ago when I saw this film, but for the first time in lockdown I saw a movie on the big screen rather than sat on my sofa on my TV, and it felt so good. I mean, admittedly it's probably the reason why I enjoyed this movie more than I probably should have, but still it felt amazing. So let's talk about the movie. Unhinged. So Unhinged stars Caren Pistorious as a woman who's going through a hard time in her life at the moment. Things just aren't going right with her job. She's having trouble looking after her son. A moped keeps going past her house and interrupting her recording, and she's going through a divorce with her husband who's demanding certain aspects of her life, such as the house that she is currently in. It just so happens that when she wakes up one morning, this day just keeps getting worse and worse for her, to the point where she comes across this truck at a red light. When it goes green, it refuses to move and she just loses her shit. She full on honks at him, basically saying, "Get out of the way, dickhead, what are you doing?" and drives past him. However, the guy that she is honking at is none other than Crowe, who is going through a very difficult time himself. He basically pulls up to her side, asks for an apology. When he doesn't get that, he decides to make her life a living hell by causing her nothing but pain and anguish and hunting down her friends and family. And from that brief description, you can probably guess that this movie sounds like a very cheesy, over-the-top 90s thriller, and you know what? You'd be right in thinking that this is basically exactly what that movie is. It's basically a combination of Duel and the movie Joyride? With Paul Walker in? Is it Joyride? I think it's Joyride. Joyride? Pretty sure it's Joyride. And while very cheesy and over the top in tone, I have to say that the biggest compliment I can give this movie is Russell Crowe's performance, who is just chewing the scenery in every single scene that he is in. He is absolutely fantastic in this movie. Very intense, very intimidating. A particular cafe scene in this movie with the main girl's lawyer. I can't remember the character's name unfortunately, but with her lawyer, they share a scene together, and honestly, it just gets under your skin. It makes you feel all horrible. You're genuinely on the edge of your seat wondering what's going to happen. And it's helped a lot by Russell Crowe's performance. He's very intimidating, very intense. He's clearly loving every single aspect of this character. He's having a lot of fun with it, and in that it makes his performance very unforgettable. He was great in this movie. I loved him. Caren Pistorious is the main protagonist in this movie, gives a very strong performance. However, there's not really much to her character that can make you... Is that moped again? Caren Pistorious plays our main protagonist in this movie, and while she gives a strong performance, there's not really much to her character to make you latch onto her in an emotional level. There's not much depth given to her. You're sort of given these sort of explanations as to why you should really feel for her character. She's going through all these rough moments, so in that's all you really have to latch onto her. But other than that, there's not really much to her. Like I said, though, she does give a strong performance, so while she comes off quite vulnerable at the start, while she's been hunted down by this guy, she definitely grows in strength, especially when her son gets involved by being threatened by this guy. So by the end of the movie, she was a much stronger character than what she was at the start, and the performance overall was very enjoyable. The rest of the cast are all sort of fine. I wasn't really a big fan of the kid in this movie. I thought he was a little bit flat, to be honest. But the rest of the cast all seem to take the material of this movie a little bit too seriously, when I feel like it should have been a bit more fun and cheesy. You do have to suspend your disbelief a lot in this movie as well, though, because there are a lot of times where you just look at a character and go, you can make this decision, like you could go to the police and this would all be over within like 20 minutes. But then of course you wouldn't get your 30-minute runtime, so you do have to give the movie a little bit of a pass in that sort of aspect. However, one stupid decision that I cannot agree with was when the brother basically notices a smashed window in his house. He calls out to his girlfriend, she doesn't answer, so instead of calling the police, he grabs a knife and decides to wander around the house himself. Like, that decision was just stupid. Like, why would you do that? That's ridiculous. But if you can suspend that disbelief, and you can have a really good time with this movie. It is also said in the movie that the character of Russell Crowe, his character specifically states that he couldn't give a shit if he is shot and killed today with the things that he's already done previously. Which isn't a spoiler at all, you are shown that at the start of the film. He's basically going through a very difficult time himself, which has basically caused something to just snap inside of him, making him become this unhinged psychopath. And because that writer introduces that element of this guy just not giving a shit if he runs into the police and the police shoot him right there, right now. His only thought process in this movie is essentially, I'm going to make this character's life a living hell. I don't care if I'm shot or killed in doing so. And that is my plan, and that is what I'm going to do, and so I'm going to do everything I can to do that. And so it does add to that intensity of this character just doesn't care. So in fact, you do feel very on edge whenever he's on screen, and our main protagonists are on screen as well, because you know that he could just kill them and not feel any remorse in doing so. And while the movie does keep that cheesy, over-the-top tone throughout its entire runtime, towards the last act it does get a little bit too over-the-top and absurd with certain things, to the point where some one-liners I said that basically feel like they were ripped straight out of an Arnold Schwarzenegger 90s film. Overall though guys, I will say this is a very fun, fast-paced, over-the-top thriller that I didn't find myself getting bored with. It moves along at a consistently fast pace, so it never really slows down. I think that's helped a lot by the fact that it takes place over the course of literally one day. The main cast all do a fine job with a really strong performance by Caren Pistorious, and of course a superb performance by Russell Crowe, who I do highly recommend checking the movie out for just for his performance. He's great in this film. The entire film is well directed, the action sequences are well shot, it does keep you on the edge of your seat throughout the majority of its runtime, and while a little bit too over the top towards the end, I will say this is a very fun film to really start going back to the cinema to see. Like I said, I saw this movie about a week or two ago, and I'm only just getting around to record my review today. I'm recording 5 reviews today as well, guys, so look forward to more reviews coming out to you guys soon. But I will say, if you just want a very fun thriller that you can just turn your brain off and just shove a popcorn in your face as your first trip back to the cinema, I do recommend checking this movie out. It's not a bad movie at all. It's nothing hugely memorable or anything like that, but yeah, it was a fun time. I'd left the movie thinking, you know what, I'd watch that again, and so for all those reasons, I'm going to give Unhinged 3 stars. So Unhinged, have you guys seen it yet? What were your thoughts on it? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you want to see more videos just like this one, then subscribe to my channel for more. Thanks again for watching. You guys are awesome, and I will see you all in the next video.